welcome back to my channel. This your girl Isha, and today I will be showing you a quick and easy, simple way to display your clothing for GTA 5, FiveM. Also, if you're not into the clothing, you can also display your Peds this way. So for all my business owners or my creators, this is a quick, simple way to display your stuff. So let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so the first thing you're gonna need exactly is Blender. The blender I am using is Blender 4.1. You can use whatever blender you want to use, because to be honest with you, older blenders work the same. We're not doing too much in this blender, so there's no need to try to get the same 4.1 that I have. So go ahead and get your blender, open up your blender, and then we're gonna just use everything that's already in Blender. So we're gonna already just close out this first part. And we're going to keep our box, our light, and our camera because we need all of that. All right, so you should already know your basic controls in Blender. If not, there are plenty of videos on YouTube that shows you your basic controls. So first we want to go ahead and start with our box. We're going to go ahead and move our box. I'm going to try to move it up above the line. That way we're not in too deep, but at the end of this video, we're going to end up removing these lines anyways. So we want to go ahead now is get rid of one side of this box. So we're going to go over to edit mode. And then we're going to click the select mode for the faces. We're going to right click and hit. And then we're going to hit the delete button. Once we hit the delete button, go ahead and hit faces, and it's going to delete one side of the box. Just like this. So we want to just go ahead and zoom in because we're going to need to zoom in on this box. But we want to first go ahead and stretch this box out. So what we're going to do is go back over to object mode. And then we're going to hit scale. And then we're going to stretch it as big and wide as you can to your preferences. But I try to get it as big as I can for whatever I'm about to put into this box. So I'm going to put like 3 statues in this box. And I just wanted it to be big enough for the GTA 5 body to also go in as well. All right, so next what we want to go ahead and do is color our box. So we're going to go ahead and click our box. And then we're going to go to the right hand panel and click material properties. And then where you see where it says base color, we're going to change that color to whatever color you want to do. So I'm just going to play around with the colors and choose whatever, but I normally like to go with just the black, but I'm just going to show you. And then we can see the colors by going up to the top and clicking the viewport shading. And we're just going to change the color again. So that's a little pink or peach. And I'm just going to change it down to black because I like the black look of it. So this is the color that I want my box. Or the background. Alright, so next we want to go ahead and do something fun. It's something fun and creative with our display. So I want to go ahead and add a text. So I'm going to go up to add and select text. And we're going to add a text. In order to type onto the text, we're going to go to the right hand side and hit the A over here. We hit the A, this is where you will see all your different settings for the text. But we want to go ahead and edit the text so that it doesn't say text. And we want to add a name or whatever name that you want to use to it. And we're probably just going to add some glow to this as well. So go over and hit the tab button, or you can go up to object mode and change it over to edit mode. Once we go over to edit mode, I'm just going to go ahead and put my name, Isha Bisha. Hey, I don't know what else to put. So I'm just going to do Isha Bisha. She should spell my name wrong. Isha. Hold on. E-I-S-A. Oh my God. No. What? Okay. Yeah, hold on. Because I forgot how to spell my name. All right, let's try this again. Eishabeesha. All right, so Ishabisha. So I'm just gonna use my name as one of the background, and I'm gonna change it back to object mode or press tab. Is a quick one. And we're just gonna move it in and size it, and I want to put it inside of my box. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And as I'm doing that, I'm just gonna go ahead and just edit whatever I want to edit. You can edit the geometry, the depth, the font if you want. I was just kind of pretty much playing around with this. I believe I need to add fonts in here in order for it to actually work, but you can always play around with that. And as you can see, anything I didn't even work. So we're just gonna keep it as is. You can play around with this if you want and figure out how to do the text, change this font and all that, but we're just gonna keep going because like I said, this will be a quick and simple, easy way to display your stuff. We're not taking all day to do this. All right, so what I did want to go ahead and do is extrude it so that it is looking a little 3D-ish. That way it's not flat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move back to object mode and scale and rotate my name so that it's on correctly. And I'm gonna change this to 90% or 90 degree. And I'm gonna turn it again to 90 degree. And I'm actually gonna move this to the wall in the back. Just like that, Ishabisha right there, smack dab in the middle. All right, so I do see it in the back. Let me move it back up a little bit. Even though we won't see the back, it doesn't really matter, but I just wanted to look 3D-ish. All right, so there we have it. We have our 3D letters in there. So now what I want to do is try to get it to glow. I want it to put some oomph in it, you know? So what I'm going to go ahead and do is head over to the right and do materials and add a material to it and then a new material. Where you see surface principal BSDF, we're going to change that over to emission. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and choose a color for this. What color do we want this to be? All right, we're gonna go ahead and change the strength. The strength is what makes it glow. So I wanna go ahead and put a color to it as well so that you see. So I'm gonna try to do like a pinkish purple, purplish pink, whatever. And pretty much darken the outside world. That way we can actually see it. And I'm just gonna adjust the color to my liking or whatever color I want. And actually this is in render mode, but we're still gonna adjust the outside world, that way it glows correctly. But there you have it, we have a glowing. So we wanna go ahead and put an extra glow to it. We're gonna head over up and hit. No, we're gonna head over to render because that's what we're gonna be taking our pictures in anyways. So render, and where you see bloom, just go ahead and hit bloom. And as you can see, it did glow up as if it was a light up display. So that's how you get that. And if you want to edit that bloom, you can always hit the tick going down and change all these settings. You can also change the radius going up and down, how big you want the glow to go. You can also change the color of the glow. So my words are still pink, but the glow would be a different color. You can do that as well. And also you can change the intensity. So you can do a lot of stuff when you're inside the scene, in the rendering scene. So you can always play around with that. But I'm just gonna keep it at this because this is perfect for me. All right, so our next thing we want to do is go ahead and add our podium. So we're gonna go ahead and hit add at the top, and then we're gonna hit mesh. Then I want not too much of a circle, but kind of like a cylinder. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit cylinder. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and size the cylinder down, more appropriate to how I want the Peds to be modeled on. So I'm just gonna size it down and get it a little smaller. That way it fits in my box because I actually add 3 in here. All right, so this is pretty much perfect in how I want my body to stand on the podium. I'm just gonna adjust it just a little bit, make sure it's not a crazy looking circle. And I want to give it a 3D feel, so what I'm gonna do is copy and then stretch it at the bottom. That way it looks like an actual podium, not just one-dimensional podium. So I just want it to be like it's standing on something. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and stretch it out a little bit wider than the top one. All right, so this looks perfect for me. I feel like I might need to stretch my box out, but I'll do that later. So we're gonna change the color of this. We're gonna go ahead over to material property, add a new material, new, and then we'll just change the base color. You can also do this again, the emission again to this, if you want the podium to glow. I'm just gonna keep it at a normal white, grayish, um, grayish color, not too much. You can always change the roughness. You can make it metallic as well. You can do whatever you want with your podium, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. All right, so what we want to do is go ahead and change the background. So we're gonna hit the drop down here and change it to the black one. You can change it to either one, but the black one pretty much suits me better because I want it to be dark in the scene. So you would just change the outside world. So now what we want to go ahead and do is input our body. So I'm gonna go to File, Import, Wavefront OBJ, and I'm gonna import a GTA 5 OBJ body, which I've already converted to OBJ. If you want to know how to convert all of your stuff to OBJ from GTA 5, stay tuned for a video on that. But here's the body. So I'm just gonna adjust it and turn it around so that it's towards the front. And this is also how you input your Peds. So you would just take the OBJ and just put it here. And I'm gonna go into material properties and add in whatever I want. But for the Peds, you'll just add in the skin diffuse texture on your Ped OBJ. But so I'm just gonna adjust this here, the Ishibishi sign, and I'm just going to keep the body you want to be the same size. So I'm just gonna adjust everything to the body. But first I wanna go ahead and put on a, make it shine. So what I can do is just turn it down to black. And then I'm gonna turn up the metallic because I want it to be metallic, and I'm gonna turn down the roughness. All right, see, it is shiny, but we can't view it right now. So I'm gonna change the viewport so that we can see it. And as you can see, once I changed it, it is shiny. It's a little dark, but you have to play around with this viewport setting here. I'm just gonna test it and show you the render on it. So I'm gonna go up here to render and render image, and this is how it looks. So what we wanna do with the render image, we wanna go ahead and adjust the camera to get into view. So this might be a little difficult. If you know of any way that's better to quickly adjust it, you can try that. Because what I do is I just spin it around and I just continue to hit render at the top, and then render image, and then keep checking back. And I keep constantly doing that and adjusting the camera until I get it to a good angle. But if you guys know of a quicker way to get it adjust, do it that way. But this way, this is the way I do it. So I want to go in a little bit more because I don't want it on the outside like this. All right, now I'm going to go into the render settings here, and I'm just going to switch the render image. So you can do it two ways. You can do it EV, which is already on it, or you can do it cycles. So if you go back up to render image, and this is how cycles would look. So if cycles does take a long time, depending on your computer. So as you see the specs in the background, it's still rendering, and you can tell from the top from the time it has. But you can do EV or you can do cycles. I usually just keep it at EV because I don't have time for cycles and for it to take forever to load. Last thing we want to do is go ahead and adjust that our light. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to hit the point, and you can go into the light settings. You got point, sun, spot, and area. I usually just keep it at point, and it will give the effect of when you can have the shadows on the background. So that's why I like to use the point. So here it is in cycles, how it has the shadow in the background, but I'm trying testing it out, the spot out. But it's better to just do it point or whatever way you like. All right, so I found the perfect point of what I want to do. So I want to leave it at this one because I like this one better. And I'm just going to change the scene back to render. And it's on cycle still, so I'm going to change this over to back to EV because I pretty much don't want to wait for this to load. All right, so I got it to where I want to do. All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually change the body to a different color because black is just making it too black. I can't really see the shine in it even by adjusting the viewport shading in the world scene. So I'm just going to go back into material on my Ped. And then I'm going to change the color to white. And here is the glow and shine on it that I wanted to see. So you can adjust it. You can always change this color to a different color. You can also apply a picture on it as well and make it a metallic. There was a custom color to your liking. And I'm just adjusting everything. But yeah, I'm just going to keep it at white because this is what I was actually looking for. And like I said, you can adjust the colors like this. All right, so now what I want to do is get rid of the lines in the background. So I'm just going to go over to the drop down arrow here and remove the floor, remove the X and the Y, and it removes the background just in case if you need it to be removed. And it's also to get rid of that little orange dot. You're going to have to go back into there as well. All right, so this is how I want it. So I'm just gonna take a screenshot just to show you guys how it looks. This is how it looks. So I actually see the little cursors in it. So I'm gonna go back into this and remove the cursors here. So the origins need to be removed and also the 3D cursor. And here's I'm showing you how it's done in cycles as well. But as you can see, it is still rendering. You can do it in cycles or you can do it in EV. I don't know too much of the cycle settings or EV settings. You would have to just look that up on YouTube. There's plenty of videos on that. All right, what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna copy the podium and also the body, and I'm just gonna copy and paste them. You can also join them if you want. So I'm gonna copy and paste. That way I have two other ones that I wanna do, and I'm just gonna move it over with the green. So I'm not gonna use any other ones because I want it in a straight line. So I moved it over with the green, copied and paste, and added on 3. All right, and this is pretty much how I would do it. And I would turn off the light just to check it out. And turn back on the light just to put it on. And this is the finished product, guys. This is simple and easy. You don't have to do too much. If you want to add some stuff in, maybe from the Sims or anything, any furniture, anything like a whole store, you can also do that. So I'm just adjusting everything to my liking. But if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to it, like it, leave some comments, do whatever you can, because I would love to produce more videos for you guys just like this. And with the final result of this, you can always render the image or take a screenshot of it. I will leave the screenshot info in the description, and it's pretty much it. And you can just throw on your clothes or your Peds and then take the picture, and you're all set with how you want to display your items or your Peds.